So hi.
Hi,
Hi. So it's me, Janie, Stoic.
I'm Denise, CEO of Party Planners and co-director of Stoic.
Ditto what she said. So it's been a year, and what a year it's been. And we have had such a journey. It's been, what's the word I could use?
Chaotic and cute
Yeah, all
is
of
the
that.
yeah, and a lot to learn, a lot to take in, a lot to a lot of expression and a lot of understanding who we are, why we do what we do, why it's important, where we're going, and also ultimately I think to have fun during it. I think is the most important thing. You only get one trip around this that we know of, so definitely to make it fun.
And by the way, it's a working lunch. And so we've just had a 3-course meal at 24 Story.
At 24 Story, Cornwall Row,
Corner.
absolutely delicious. Twins.
Absolutely delicious. I'm still on my 3rd course, which is
Creme brulee.
creme brulee. I've never been a fan of that, but this is delicious. Anyway, I divulge and digress. So,
I think really the purpose of today is just to, we've never done a podcast together.
no, we haven't.
So I think that'll be really, really good. And we talk all the time.
All the time.
So we may as well make use of it. Everything is content.
And we have these regular talks, sometimes daily, sometimes weekly. So we thought we'd share it with you to talk about self and what self does and the year that we've had, and also party planners, the year that you've had as well. Well, we, rather,
well,
but
we.
you are the creator.
The driving force, the
That makes it
engine.
happen. Yeah, yeah. So, in terms of questions, I'd like to start off with asking Denise about party planners and what's gone on for her and us. But she's the driving force, as I said, so we follow her lead. So, a question I'm going to put to you first, then, Denise, is what is party planners? How would you describe the first year? Yeah, we'll start with that.
So party planners, the concept of party planners is not just to be a caterer, it's to provide an experiential experience. And we actually started off doing grazing boards. I've been doing grazing boards for my family for years, just because I thought it was cute and I liked and I liked it. But then it was after my grandma's 70th birthday, I thought I could actually make this work. So I had a conversation with my youngest sister, Tayan, and just asked if she thought that we could make this work. And since then, we've kind of gone on from being a grazing board to actually having the science to back it up, the social science behind what we're eating and how we perceive food, and also as well the then physical science of what's good for us, what stops that afternoon slump, what are foods that energise us but still taste good and still look good.
Okay. And that brings me on nicely to ask you, what makes you different? What makes party planners different?
I think that we're a humanitarian business. We start at the heart, which is what we do. We just want to we started this because we wanted to make people happy and fill their bellies, and it's gone on from there to actually, again, the social science behind it. I think it's one thing being cute and looking nice, but actually, where's the proof of this being backed up and things like that, things like where's the proof, more than the proof in the pudding is what we have. So I think we lead at the launch last year, we lead with empathy. That's number one.
So for those who came for my book launch, which was last year on the 25th of January, so that was like yesterday, 1 year ago, and Denise launched the catering company on that day and catered for over 120 of my guests. And I tell you something, I said to her, if she can cater for all these people, she can cater for anybody, and it's just gone from strength to strength. Yeah, I think you had about 42 orders last year.
So we delivered 42 events last year, which when you kind of...
Ours was number one.
Yeah, number one, obs. But when you put it into context like that, you know, it's almost coming in at one a week, and we've managed to work with big brands such as Workman, LLP, Multi-Story, who are a very, very good ally of ours, Chambers of Commerce. They have been absolutely amazing. We're not only partnering with them, but we've catered for them. The NHS at Christmas.
So this, you've just answered the question.
Sorry,
the next
just
one.
answering
No,
too many
it's fine.
questions.
You just answered the question I was going to ask you. Who do you cater for? So, yes, so you said you talked, I think I remember the last one was Christmas Day, which was for the NHS.
Yes.
Do you want to just talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so we delivered a Christmas meal for the NHS on Christmas Day, and that was for their mental health unit, which is obviously something that's also close to my heart. One, having experience of mental health and suffering with mental health at times, and trying to get my mental health better so I can be a better leader. And just because they're the unsung heroes, really. So I think I went a bit off what you were saying.
No, you didn't. You was right on the money. Talking about mental health is very important, and that's both in S.E.L.F. and in Party Planners. It's what we do in order to reach people who are suffering, who have the condition or various conditions with their mental health, and to just try to make them feel happier, be more in tune, and confident within themselves.
And in tune. And do you know, in what's the word? Attune. Oh, this is not looking good. Attunement. Attunement is a really, really good word that I learned last week.
Yeah.
And it's just about, especially as in for me and you, we've become a lot more attuned over the years. Like you can pick up on my mood, I can pick up on your mood, and then that's how we help one another. And it's about having that social and emotional awareness.
Yeah.
So,
which is good because saying that, the other question I was going to ask you is how did you get into this? Which you said it was sort of catering for us as a family. I remember you did my birthday spread, your sister's birthday spread, mum's birthday spread, and just everybody had the wow factor when they saw it. And I think this is why you said, let's just do this for real, let's not mess about it anymore, it's not a joking matter.
That and paired with, as you will know, and I feel no way about saying it, you know, especially I would say about 5 years ago, I had a really traumatic experience with a workplace who don't necessarily put your mental health first, and would allow certain things to happen, and it got me into a really, really poor mental health space, the worst that I would I've ever been in. And I think I tried to find myself because I lost a lot of myself through that time, and I had to build it back. And I think I tried a lot of different workplaces, and it was never that severe. But ultimately, it was the same. And I just thought, why can't we have you be the change that you want to see? Why can't we have
something that we can do and encourage others to join us and feel that connection where you're not alone. Everybody is, celebrated for all their own. I'm going to come on to that as well about their own skills. I found in my working career that, even having practiced myself, being a boss, is that, sometimes you just tap into that person's skill set. You can't expect everyone to have the overall skill set, so it's best to just work with them what they have and utilize that and excel them. And then if they want to, further train into something else as a new skill for themselves, is give them that opportunity, but don't force them
100%
to do that. So I think that's one of the things where I find that with S.E.L.F. we all come with our own skill sets.
I think with S.E.L.F. as well, it's a lot of patience, and Party Planners is having that patience for that person to be able to build their skill set or improve on their skill set, especially when they can't see
their own potential.
Exactly.
And you can see it, so that they can, tap into their own skill set as well, and then start to You know, sometimes when you hear it being said, but seeing it in black and white also gives clarity. When they see that, you know, this is, you know, you sit down and you have that conversation. So, what do you think you can do? And that's the same as well with self, was where someone doesn't feel that they are confident in their role, that they are good enough. But when you start to tap in and ask them and to get them to look into themselves, they then start to see their own abilities, their own competencies, their own skill set, and that, you know, makes such a difference to encourage someone to look into yourself and what do you need more help with? Can we help you? This is the whole point.
100%. And it's that community factor, I think, which is what a lot of people don't really have. And I hate to generalise, but from experience, it tends to be the case. I have a funny saying that it takes two people to make one person. We all need connection.
Yeah.
And that's how it should be. We are a community, and it shouldn't be about take. It's what you can give back as well.
Yeah, it's a give and take situation,
is.
which in today's society is not the usual or the norm. It's normally take, and step on people as you go along, and that's not really healthy, and it's not good for the mental state as well.
You can really break someone's dream.
Yes, you can.
You really can break someone's dream, and
Yes,
I don't
you
see
can.
why there's enough space on this planet for us all to be great.
Exactly, and in the same field and in the same area, and you can collaborate together and be greater than what you are. So I love that about me for self. I don't know about yourself, party planners in collaborations.
100%. We're actually at the moment we're taking on, we're not taking on, we're partnering with other chefs that are in different cuisines, like Afghan. My dad, obviously, he does all of our Caribbean food, with Indian, with Pakistani, with Chinese, because we're all part of the same sort of food culture. So why can't we share between
the cultures? And so, did you say you just landed one with, is it Ukrainian or Iranian? I can't remember.
an
which one.
Afghan.
Afghan.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
One of many, but one of our other recent ones is they're actually an Indian sweet shop.
Okay. I know you love sweets.
But yeah, it's really good for us because we're then making connections with them, and it's also things that we're learning. I'm learning about different curries and things like that, and it's sort of like, obviously, for those who don't know me, my husband's family are Scottish, and I just absolutely love the crossover. I love the crossover between Jamaican and Scottish. You should have seen it at the wedding. You couldn't understand a word on the grandparents' table. But it's about learning, it's about sharing cultures and understanding cultures, not being ignorant.
Yes, excellent. With that being said, that comes on nicely. When would you say it's been the hardest part of bringing party planners to the forefront?
I think the hardest part has been the imposter syndrome.
Okay.
I think that maybe it's just me, but I feel like a lot of people do struggle with imposter syndrome, and I think it's really hard. I'm very, very big on blogging. Not blogging, vlogging, should I say, which are video logs. So that
I learned that the other day.
that could be me like in tears and me just talking about what's going on. Because I think sometimes if you don't document your journey, you struggle to see how far you've come. And I think imposter, I would even say coming up to the first birthday, I was a bit like, oh my god, like, you know, well, it's going to be the first birthday, and then what else are we going to do, and what else are we going to, and that stress, that level of stress, and starting to doubt myself, even though I've done so much work to build myself. It's a lot, and you know, it's patience. Patience is the other thing that I've
Patience is a virtue,
isn't it?
And I think this is where I could say confidently that we bounce off each other, because I have days like that with self, in the sense that you know, we've got an event coming up, are we going to get the numbers, whether it's going to be me and my lonesome self,
how's the day going to run,
how's the day going to go, but I'm quite thankful because I have you.
Ah, that's nice.
Because
Thanks.
I class my daughter as my guru. So if I'm having a melty bee day, I'll pick up the phone and say, Nisi, this is what's happening, and I don't know what to do. What can we do? What should we do? And she becomes the voice of reason, and I'd like to think that's the same.
Oh, 100%.
We talk most days, and we run things through each other,
Yeah.
with each other, to ensure that we are staying on track and encouraging each other to push through. You're not going to always have a great day. And talking of imposter syndrome, I've lived with that anxiety for 40 plus years, and hence where me authoring the book and starting the organisation with S.E.L.F was to encourage others, that to try and be your authentic self and not to be what others see you. Just push through and, know that you are worthy and know that you are valuable, and to love yourself.
And to believe in your own source. Fake it till you make it, I think. And something that I always say is that people don't know how you're feeling unless you tell them.
Exactly.
So sometimes if you may feel like you're being a bit of a phony, but
nobody
sees it. Just carry on. I'm not saying to lie and be deceitful. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is when you're in a situation where you're uncomfortable, what we do is we talk ourselves out of that.
What's the word I'm looking
for? The situation or whatever.
Or the circumstance.
Yeah.
And it's only you who really sees it. And also, when you are in the midst of putting things together, don't think that you're an island. There is somebody around you. We're approachable, and I do promote other businesses. Whenever I have the retreats, I always say to people, bring your business to the event, showcase yourself and let people know who you are, so that they can know more about you. And if we're promoting ourselves, we'll promote you as well. So it's not about us being an island and it's just what we're doing. No, it's about all of us coming together and working together and being a community. And that's another point I will touch on in a bit, but we'll go back to that because I've got another question I wanted to ask you, and that was about. This is what I struggle with at the moment. I always have a melty bee and then I go, let's say I'm having a melty bee. So hormones and, running a business as a woman when you're in your middle of perimenopause or menopause. I know you don't want to ever experience it because she goes and here's what I go through.
But then it's also as well with your periods, your monthly cycles as women. We work on between a 21 and a 35-day cycle. It's not that, and this is in no way meaning to sound sexist, but just factually, we don't actually have a world that caters for that month or not the month, but because you're all right 2 weeks of the month most of the time, and then it starts to go down, and it's actually just it's a weathering storm in your body that you cannot control. So when it comes to me personally, because I've suffered from, I think it's PMDD, self-diagnosing that. But I would say I have some symptoms of that. Some days I feel really, really low when I'm quite a bubbly character.
Yeah.
And I think it's actually learning to find the balance because you can't fight against it.
No, you can't.
I've tried to fight against it and it just makes it worse. So some days my body gets more nourishment than my business does. And it just has to be that way. And I would like to think that in time to come, when we've got more policies drawn up, I'd like to have a menstrual policy, and sort of tapping into that a little bit because it can become very, very lonely, very isolated. You almost think that you're mad, and you're not.
With me, I found that I have a lot of fog brain, so I'll be got all these things going on up inside my head, but I can't land them. I can't put them to pen to page, or I cannot be productive on that time because my fog brain doesn't allow me to do so. So I feel like I'm being a busy fool sometimes.
You love that word.
I know, I am always a busy fool. And then, you know what, they say everything always comes good in the end, but it's leading to that. It's like, I'm like, I'm like, oh, it's not going to work. It's you know, and I start to doubt myself, and it's not that I'm doubting myself. Realistically, it's because of what my body and hormones are going through in that moment. So I can't function as how I would like to
Do you not think
function.
that there should really be some more education around it?
Oh,
Because
definitely.
there's not enough education around it anyway as women. Like most women don't know when you can't get pregnant, or when your period's not coming, or what the onset of, is it perimenopause?
Yeah.
What that
Well, I
looks
didn't know
like.
that. I didn't know that what that was till a
Exactly.
few years ago. But that's interesting you say that, because when we run the retreats, we have guest speakers, and not only that, I said we showcase different organisations, bringing their businesses to these retreats. I think it's important that we try to find someone to actually talk about what you've just said, because I think it's a very, very important.
Or write that one down.
Definitely.
Because I think
and if
that's,
there's anybody out there that's
yeah.
listening and would like to support us by bringing that topic to the forefront on the 28th of June this year, is to contact us, because we want to bring awareness, not just about what self is about in terms of abuse, but we want to bring awareness about a lot of things culturally. I know I didn't grow up in a household that discussed about menstrual, about menopause, about child rearing, lots of things. And I think that's across the board for probably women of my age era.
I
That
would
didn't
say
happen.
even I've had some friends that just, they've got pregnant, they've had kids, and they just didn't even, they were a bit like, oh my god, I can't believe.
Really?
Yeah. Whereas if we were taught properly, you're not taught in depth in school. But it shouldn't just be in school. Like those are your base. It should be continuous through your work career, and it should be continuously a topic. Because if we're going through it all the time, we can't just talk about it like once.
No, and it should be a continuous talk, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
So I think that should be a challenge for us, that every workshop, every retreat we do, or any podcast we do,
Get
that
some
we try to get
signposting, or get someone in
signposting and get
who's-
someone as a professional to come in and talk about it. I've spoken recently with a lady who deals with womb centering and very spiritual, so I would really love to have her on a
Yeah.
podcast, and also to have her at the retreat as well. So
Any acupuncturists out there that, acupuncturists are really, really good, not just for like your feminine health, just for a lot of things as
Yeah.
well. So I think it would
talk
be.
a little bit more about feminine health with the acupuncture.
So acupuncture is actually really, really good for increasing blood flow in general, but especially acupuncture can be very, very good if you have painful periods, if you're going through fertility treatment, if you're having fertility issues at home, or whatever the case may be. And it just helps kind of like highlight, not highlight's the wrong word. What's the right word for it?
No, highlight can do.
Yeah.
Just to bring
It-
awareness.
yeah. Well, no. I was going to say what the acupuncture. This is what I mean. I'm not an acupuncturist. I've just heard.
It's what we do.
Yeah.
We just run with it.
Yeah. But I do know that it's got so many health benefits, and I'd even say little bit side mission, but even with acupuncture, I've had it for my knee as
Okay.
well, and that stopped a lot of the pain. It can undo a lot of like knots in your body,
So
taking
is
away
it
a lot
like
of stress.
touching nerve ends to kind of like reframe them to stop triggering pain?
I think so.
Okay.
I think it worked. I know that much. It
Okay.
worked. My legs spasmed.
Okay. As it was happening.
As it was happening, I was in
Wow.
I was in the coldest sweat of my life. I'm such a baby when it comes to things like this. Like, I can't cope. But like I said, also for your feminine health, for infertility, can help boost blood flow to the areas, to your ovaries, to your womb, and things like that. I mean, it would also probably be good to know as well, like how it benefits men as well. But I couldn't tell you that without being a
'cause we're women.
fraud.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But it'll be interesting as well. So I'm not just going to the self itself, just have it out there for women, although it's a lot for women to go through what they go through. But it would also be interesting as well to know what the men think and feel with their women who are going through these
That's very good, actually.
type of conditions. How can they help? So we need a professional to come in and discuss that, to see how partners can support their partner.
And I would also say if we could get somebody in as well, maybe to help. Obviously, you can't help your hormones, but if there's things that you can do, you wouldn't want to have a bad partner, so you don't want to be a bad partner.
No.
So my thing is like, what could I do if I'm being miserable or snappy? And it could even be a little bit of communication, like I'm not feeling up to it today. I don't really want to talk, and I think
it's like love languages, isn't it?
Yeah, I love languages. love languages.
I don't get it, but I heard it's supposed to work well. You keep telling me I need to tap into that.
I can tell you my love languages.
Go on, what's your love language?
My love languages are acts of service.
Okay.
So if my husband was to, I don't know, wash up when I've had a really bad day,
okay,
rather than him buy me a BMW, I mean, would be nice, just putting it out there. But that for me means a lot. Words of affirmation mean a lot to me. And quality time means a lot to me as well. Whereas my husband's is more, I think his is more like gift giving. Like he loves a good gift, but that's also how he shows love. Whereas that's not my love language.
Okay.
So we've had to learn how to kind of like
talk about it and reverse it.
I have to be like, listen, just wash the plates. Wash the plate. That is present enough.
So I have just a few more questions for you, Denise. Right, so working on low energy. So we've just kind of like talked about the love languages, and you've come in and you've had a hard day, and you just want Lee to just make sure your dishes are washed, that you're not coming in and seeing a sink full of dishes, because your energy is low. Talk about that in terms of how does that feel for you in general when because you're still working part-time as well as doing the business as well, vice versa.
It's like a job and a half. It's really tough. It is really tough. It will pay off, but it's very tough. I don't like to romanticize it. And I would say, especially days when I'm low energy, like I said before, sometimes my body has to come before the business. And I'm like all the time. I've always got an idea. I'm always thinking of something to, always thinking of like another opportunity. And I think as well, being kind to my body is still allowing those thoughts to happen. I may just be on my phone and do it. I don't have to be up and at my desk and doing this. But also as well, I am very, very lucky in the partner that I have. Because I'm encouraged to stop, because I don't know how to stop.
Don't have to switch off.
No.
Okay.
So with those low energy days, for me, it's actually been a big learning curve to actually just stop. Because at the end of the day, all I'm going to do is make myself sick, and then I'm not going to be able to do what I want to do anyway. So I would encourage everybody to, easier said than done, and I'm probably not the best person.
So how would you, so now you've said that and you put it out there, how then would you encourage other people? Because not everybody's, I'm similar to you. I think it's mother-daughter thing, like mother like daughter. I'm the same. I don't switch off. Sometimes when I go to bed, I either have to put something on to fall asleep and let the TV watch me, then or just be in silence. I've learned to be in silence, but my brain is still going tick tick, and until I don't even know when I fell off to sleep. So if you were me, what would you say to me to do?
Well, I think you do. Like, a big thing that I've had to learn is put my phone on Do Not Disturb.
Okay.
Do Not Disturb, because it just stops any sort of outside noise.
Okay.
And I struggled with that. I really did struggle. I struggled with my anxiety with it. Oh my God, what if something happens? Or let go and let God.
I hear that.
There's certain things that aren't in your control, but things that are in your control is learning how to relax.
Wow.
Relaxing is such an important part of your health, and I think we get, relaxing can be sitting down scrolling through TikTok, scrolling through your phone. That can be a relaxing time. It's all about balance. For me, that would be a downtime, but it's not something I get to do very often. I don't get to scroll, but you have to work out what relaxing looks like to you, but ensure that it's relaxing. My relaxing may look different to your relaxing. What I think is identifying what makes you feel calm. That could be journaling, it could be sitting in silence, it could be meditating, it could be having a laugh and a joke with your family. I try and cut off an hour. I was going to say cut off for the day, but that's a lie. I try and have an hour every day where me and my husband can just sit together and we just talk about the day, and it's relaxing. And then I'll be straight back on it at the desk. I mean, he's great as well because he'll be like doing things in the background as well. But
And
just
to,
stop.
to let everybody know, he's part of Party Planners as
Yeah.
well. So he's the brains behind the scenes as well.
The brains behind all the tech.
Yeah.
He's the brains behind.
Yeah. So it's so lovely that we have a family organisation where we all complement each other, and if needs be, can encourage each other to step down, down, and someone else steps into the
but
bridge.
Do you know what? That's really important. I think as a leader, that's really, really. I don't like the word manager. You don't manage people. We're all adults. You lead people, and you be the change you want to see. You lead by example. But that's what I would say with us is that we're really big on like stuff. We've got actually in our policies for party planners. If we see any of the team getting overwhelmed, you got to kick them out of the room for 5 minutes. Go and get a glass of water, bab. Relax for 5 minutes. It's not that serious, and it's not worth. Or get a glass of prosecco, whatever you may choose. But it's not worth losing your head and getting angry over. And actually, if we can have a community of people like that, it makes it easier for us all to just take our foot off the pedal for a second.
Exactly. So it's been a year. It's been a year of the book launch, I Am the Shame. It's doing really well. It is all its funds go into S.E.L.F. To keep the coffers. So I take nothing from the book. I take no proceeds from the book. S.E.L.F. itself has started to get funding. It's been a year where we've had to fund ourselves, but because it's such a great cause, and I'm very, very passionate about S.E.L.F. and what it stands for, like supporting empowerment and liberation for survivors of abuse, and just in general well-being, keeping healthy, and in collaboration with party planners, healthy food, nutrition food. It's been such a revolution for me, starting this business, because I had a business before. I had a law firm before, and I thought I'm never going into business again.
To be fair, I thought I'll never have a business after seeing you go through that.
Going through what I went through, but we live.
We've grown.
Yeah, we live and we breathe and we mature. But I think for me, with this organisation, with these organisations, it's just been so revolutionary because as a family, I have my daughters in there, your dad's in there, your in-laws are in there, my best friends are in the group, in the organisation, and we all work well. That is the thing. We all work well together.
You know, people say a lot about family businesses that all got, if he says we feel like family, like don't go there. And I understand why people say it.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have to say it's not the
in
case.
This case,
it's not because it's not that nobody has different opinions, because that would be crazy if we were all saying the same thing. Something's wrong there. But it's actually active listening to the other people, and also as well conflict resolution. The issue isn't conflict. The issue is how you resolve the conflict. So if there's something that I think is going well and you don't think is going well, you should feel comfortable to come and say to Denise, maybe.
But maybe this way, that way.
But also as well, giving them the freedom, because there has been things where you still have not thought about doing this with pipe plans, and be like, no, mum, that's not. But then it's also having that respect on the other side for saying, like, you know what, I gave you my opinion, and it's okay that you don't want it. So it's all communication.
Yeah. And for that's going to bring us to a close, really, about our year of Party Planners, S.E.L.F. and I Am the Shame. And the question is, how can people support you, and can they find you? So how can people find us, and how can we support them? So, Party Planners.
So you can find us at _party planners, and that's on Instagram. We also have a TikTok page, _party_planners. Sorry.
I'll put them all up on
that will be great.
At the end of all of these.
Drop us an email at info@partyplanners.co.uk, but like you said, it will all be at the end.
And what can you do for people?
So what we can do and will continue to do is bring people together over food. Food should be a focal point. It should be something. It should be context. It should be a conversation. It's also we're keeping connected. In 2026, we're really excited because we're launching our new campaign. We haven't got the name for it yet. But the ethos of it is that we will be going into workplaces and drawing on our personal experience of my HR experience, my employee engagement experience, and actually starting to tackle some of the issues that are in workplaces. We can't fix the world, unfortunately. I wish I could. But it's the micro level of people having a conversation that would never have done before, or people feeling loved. To be seen is to be loved. That's something that my sister said last week, and it's 100% true. And we just want everyone to feel a little bit of love, and that's what we will do.
Excellent. Oh, that's so sweet. And I'm so glad to be part of it. For S.E.L.F, what we want to do is bring awareness that you're not alone, that you can be your authentic self, that if you have any trauma, is to, speak to someone. We have a hub of therapists, counsellors. We also have coaches. I'm an NLP coach, which is a neuro-linguistic program practitioner. So we tap into your subconscious to allow you to find the root cause of what's causing you your trauma or your concern, and to get you to be able to unblock it and then move forward in a more positive light, to live your best life going forward. So we're here to support, and if you read my book, you'll see my story, and also you'll know how I overcame my trauma, living with anxiety, with depression.
Preacher.
Yes, and also being able to cope with it, because mental health is not linear. It does not mean that, wow, we're cured. No, it's about being able to control the narrative, being able to manage your mental health and well-being so that you stay on the spectrum of good mental health and well-being. So that's what we're all about, and that's what we want to share with you. And we hope you enjoyed our podcast today. From myself and my daughter, CEO of Party Planners and CEO of S.E.L.F Stoic, CIC, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Thank you for tuning in and viewing with us. Okay. We both did that.